No idea what just happened. Let me refresh that. Are we online? One moment, guys. All right, Dale says we're back. I'm not sure. Did you see the standings? Did we get any of that through? The heat did kill the cameras for a second. Yeah, 99 degrees. Did we go through the whole standings? Or did it fade out? At what point did you lose me? Top Four says I don't need to throw any more warm-up tosses. I'm hot. And hi, Kurt. How are you? And Dave Gardner. Uh, so some team is 11 games back. Okay. All right. So the Cardinals are 11 games back. We'll go through this one more time. So the Cardinals come in 11 games back. Very quickly in the National League West, the Dodgers are 10 up on Atlanta, 15 up on Cincinnati, who you are about to see. The Reds, however, are 24 and 23 on the road. They just can't get it done at home. In the American League, Detroit by a game over Baltimore, 5 over Milwaukee. California, 2 over Kansas City, 5.5 over Chicago. And I think that pretty much will leave it all up there. Interesting, the Rangers have won 7 straight and have climbed out of the American League West cellar. Okay, so it is Bob Forsch on the mound. He is 7-7 on a year. This is start number 20 for him. He has a 3.73 ERA. And he last pitched a week ago against the Astros. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. So, in a no decision. So, in 135 innings, he's thrown 139 hits, 65 runs, 56 of them earned, 9 homers, 40 walks, and 37 strikeouts. And this will be the lineup that he will be facing. You know what? It will help a great deal if I actually show the game, wouldn't it? There we go. I'm not going to show you it again. 7-7 with a 3.73 ERA, and I read you all the stuff. You were just looking at me instead of that. Well, Ken, you're listening, and so you don't know the difference. Here's the lineup for the Reds. Tom Lawless will lead off and play second base. Eddie Milner will bat second and play left. Davey Concepcion is a shortstop. He'll bat third, and that should say everything you need to know about the Reds' troubles. Dan Dreesen, the first baseman, cleans up. Cedar Cedeno is in center. He'll bat fifth. Ron Oster, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Paul Householder, who had the big triple in Friday night's game to give the Reds the win, is in right field. He'll bat seventh. Alex Trevino is the catcher. He'll bat eighth. And Mario Soto, in the height of Mario Soto's career, is on the mound, and he will bat ninth. No, John, yeah, great start. Off like a herd of thunder and turtles, Randy. No, just trying to make sure everything is working okay. That simulated 99-degree heat has gotten to my head, too. Here's the defense around Forge. It's Oregon left. He's a 6-2. Willie McGee in center. He's a 9-7. That's pretty gosh dangly darn good. And George Hendrick is a 5-6 in right. Ken Oberkfell is at short, a third. He's a 6. Ozzie Smith is at short. He's a 10. Tommy Herr is at second as a 6. Keith Hernandez, a Gold Glover, at first as a 10. How you doing, Al? And Darrell Porter is a 4 and a 5 behind the plate. And so I think after the heat knocked off the camera and I remember to hit the right button, let's get to this. Tom Lawless is 1 of 6 on the year. The run scored and the stolen base. 212 on the real year with 4 RBI and 16 stolen bases. Dave, I hope you feel better, buddy. And so Force says, "Are you ready?" And I say, "Yes, I'm sorry." And the game starts with a bunt in front of the plate. Obertfield will pick it up, and Lawless has himself a single. We had Rudy Law, Advanced Law earlier today, and now we have Lawless. Now, where is Dave Demos for that? So Cincinnati starts with a bunt single, and here comes Eddie Milner at 292. 4 homers and 31 RBI. How you doing, Max Cornelius? Good to have you along. So the Reds start with a hit. Force delivers to Milner, right to her, and there's one away. So a liner right to Tommy, and that'll do it for the first out. Here's Dave Concepcion. Why he is hitting third is beyond me. He's at 246, 2 homers and 37 RBI. Throw to first. Lawless is back. Close play. So Force goes home to Concepcion, and it's a fly ball to Hendrick and right for the out. And when I'm saying you could cook an egg on this stuff, I'm not kidding. But that AstroTurf was pretty short and very, very hot. It must be 120, 125 on the field. It would be like going into McDonald's and playing a baseball game in their kitchen. Andreessen at 292, 10 homers and 44 RBI. 2 out, top the first, just the start of things here between the Reds and the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. Andreessen hits this one into right. Hendrick has got it by the bullpens, and that will retire the side. Hey, it's too hot. Everyone's been told to stay home. 1/2 of 1 inning in the books. The Reds nothing. Here come the Cardinals. Al had a football game today. He had the 64 Colts against the 2010 Packers. One of those what-ifs using the new version of Action PC. Football 2019. We will feature it Wednesday night. We're going to replay the NFC Divisional Playoff game between the Cowboys and the Vikings from 1975. Anyway, here's Mario Soto on the mound. 8-8 on the year with a 3.47 ERA. He has 9. This will be start number 20 for Mario. His last start. Well, helps if I hit the right button. His last start came. Wow, he's on. Well, he pitched a bit in the All-Star game. So really, he hasn't pitched in a meaningful game since July 8th against the Pirates. Went 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 9 en route to his 8th win. 148 innings, 120 hits allowed, 61 runs, 57 earned, 14 homers. He's walked 53 and struck out 163, which is how you get an All-Star game invite. He has 6 10 strikeout games and a high of 14. Did that April 16th against the Giants. Here's the Cardinal lineup. Tommy Herr will lead off, and Ken Obertfeld will bat second. Keith Hernandez third. George Hendrick will clean up and right. Org will bat fifth. Willie McGee is batting sixth. Darrell Porter will go seventh. Ozzie Smith eighth. And Bob Forster through 10 pitches will go ninth. Defensively for the Reds, Milner. Eddie's a 5-4 in left. Cedeno is a 6-4 in right. Householder might be an average range of 5, but he's got a 9 out of 10 arm. Ron Oster not very good at third. He's a 3. Concepcion still pretty good. He's a 7 at short. Tom Lawless a 5 at second. Dan Dreesen a 6 at first. And it's Alex Trevino who's a 9 4 behind the plate. Her at 264, won't hit a home run. 29 RBI. And Soto delivers strike 3. A fastball on a 3-2 pitch at 96. And that's how this one starts for the Cardinals. Brings up Ken Obertfeld at 316, a homer and 31 RBI. Too hot for a crowd, absolutely. Feeling much, much better, Max. Been a rough weekend, but the swelling is pretty much all gone down. I wouldn't go run a marathon or anything, but fine. Those people, actually it's Halloween here, and it's about 30,000 people dressed as empty seats. Obertfeld pops this one up, left side. Concepcion Channels the sunlight to make the catch. 2 away for Keith Hernandez, who already has 9 homers on the year. He's hitting .300 with 55 RBI. Yeah, Rick Roden took the loss in the All-Star game. As you hear the sirens behind me trying to get cold refreshment to those at Busch Stadium. Pitch to Hernandez is a liner to Wallace, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's Cincinnati nothing, St. Louis nothing. Technically, now I'm going to confuse you with this answer, Dale, as Cesar Cedeno, Ron Oster, and Paul Householder will come up. Cedeno at 266, 5 homers and 26 RBI. Porsche delivers, and there's a base hit in the left. Ork picks it up. Cedeno going for 2, and he's got it on the double. So a leadoff double for the Reds as Ron Oster leads off at 267, 3 homers and 34 RBIs. Technically, if you ask the Cardinals, Neil, this is Busch Stadium number 2, because Sportsman's Park, where the Cardinals played until 1966, was renamed Busch Stadium and was Busch Stadium number 1. But really, this is Busch Stadium number 1. This is all right. Thanks, John. And you'll still be always there on demand for you. So technically, this is the original Busch Stadium, but the Cardinals media guide will tell you that this is 2, but it's really 1. Okay. Pitch to Oster is a ground ball up the middle. From the dirt over to Hernandez for the out. So Cedeno goes to third. And Paul Householder, who looks just so happy to be here. Imagine getting that picture taken and not taking the chaw out of your cheek anyway. He's at .319 on the year. Had that big triple in the first to score 3 last night. 6 homers and 25 RBI. Porsche is ready, and there's a fly ball to left center. McGee makes the catch. Cedeno will tag and score without a throw, and the Reds are up 1-0 early. And that brings up Alex Trevino, who looks like he's about ready to take the wiffle ball bat out in the backyard. Trevino at 235, 2 homers and 16 RBI. Yeah, Brad, I'd head for the shade too. Man, this was a morning shot. Obviously, the sun didn't rise over the outfield. That would have made things even harder. 2 out, 1-0 Reds. Top the second. Porsche delivers. Struck him out. He got him on the 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, and that's the inning. A run, 1 hit, no errors. After an inning and a half, it's the Reds 1, the Cardinals nothing. I can't imagine there's a 9-mile-an-hour breeze from right to left that would even come close to feeling refreshing. George Hendrick, Oregon McGee. Hendrick at 287, 17 homers and 63 RBI. We saw him Tuesday in the All-Star game, I think. Lisa Cooper has 72 RBIs. That leads everybody in the majors. Soto delivers, and that's ball 4. So Hendrick took one down and away for ball 4. And that does bring up Dane Ord at 315 and 27 RBI. Soto up to 24 pitches already. Here's the pitch to Ord. Gets away from Trevino. Pass ball. There goes Hendrick. The throw down to Concepcion is not in time. So Hendrick will advance on the pass ball. And if you're watching there, that's the first time I've been given the option to try to advance on the pass ball. So it wasn't a done deal, and you take the risk. So the Cardinals have the tying run on second. A ball and a strike to count to Oregon. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center. Cedeno has it for the out. Hendrick will bluff and hold at second. 1 out for McGee. Willie at 327. 2 homers and 24 RBI. Darrell Porter on deck. 1-0 Reds. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, base hit left side. It's going to go all the way to the wall. McGee's in with a double. Oster should have had it. Hendrick will score. And they were tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second. So the Cardinals have speed, and McGee, he just hits everybody hard in 1982. He's up to 331. Here's Darrell Porter. He's at 275 with 6 homers and 34 RBI. Soto delivers, and there's a fly ball to right. Householder comes in to make the catch. McKee will bluff and not go. 2 out for the Wizard. Ozzie Smith at 287 with 40 RBI. Yeah, Bush 1 is the right answer, but not what the team would tell you. Pitch to Ozzie, struck him out. Curveball, strike 3 on a 2-2 pitch. A run on a hit, no errors. After 2, it is Cincinnati 1, St. Louis 1. Yes, the new stadium that they moved into is considered Bush, by most people, Bush 2. Here's Mario Soto at 133 on the year with 2 RBI. Here's the pitch. Line drive to Ozzie Smith, who leaps and robs Soto of a base hit, maybe more. Ozzie just did his Manute Bol impression, just made a giant running leap and snagged it for the web gem. And there's 1 out here in the third for Tom Lawless. So 4 through 9 batters, 31 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, including the bunt single by Lawless, and 1 strikeout. They play in for the bunt. Obertfell and Hernandez around the plastic. Lawless swings, hits this one into right. Hendrick is there, 2 away. So yes, the 2018 Cardinals play at Busch 2. Or the 2019 Cardinals, because Uncle Ron can't remember what year it is. Eddie Milner's 0 for 1, I can tell you that. Line to second in the first. 2 out, nobody on. 4 steals. Popped up, Porter takes off the mask, goes back to the screen, and it touches it. So it's a foul ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Milner. 1-1, top the third here in St. Louis. Reds up. Here's the pitch to Milner. Fly ball to right. Hendrick moves over, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2.5 in the books. Cincinnati 1, St. Louis 1. And as the temperature remains at 99, for those of you waiting for Game of Thrones, winter is indeed coming. But not on this hot July afternoon in the Midwest. And as Randy said, Bob Forsch is a good hitter. 195 on the year, 8 for 41 with 3 doubles and 3 RBI. Soto ready to start the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Forsch hits this one into right center. Cedeno makes it for the out. So for 9 batters, Mario Soto throwing a lot of pitches. 2 1/3 innings, 42 pitches. The 1 hit by McGee, who drove in Hendrick, and a walk and 2 strikeouts. So Tommy Herr struck out to start the game. Hi there, Clinton. How are you? Twinkle Toes. His brother is with... Actually, in 1982, his brother is with the Angels. He's pitched in this replay. Pitch to Herr is a ground ball right back to Soto, over to Dreesen for the out. So here's Obertfeld. He's 0 for 1. 2 out. Pop to short. You're the Twinkle Toes. Didn't you go to some shows in New York, Clinton? Pitch to Obertfeld. Struck him out. Got him. Strike 3 called. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, it's the Reds 1, the Cardinals 1. So Dave Concepcion, Dan Dreesen, and Cesar Cedeno here for the Reds in the 4th. Concepcion is 0 for 1. Blew out to Hendrick in the 1st. Pitch from Forge. Ball 4. Heard about, yeah. No, nothing, no. Oh, what's a WrestleFest? Nope. No, nothing pulled, swelling down, scrape on the top of the foot, no pictures. Al desperately wanted some. Weirdo. And, no, feels much better. The knee's a touch sore today, but that's about it. I haven't taken anything for the swelling since midday yesterday, so count your lucky stars on that one. Dan Dreesen's 0 for 1. Pitch from Forsch. Fly ball to right. Back goes Hendrick to the track. Makes the catch for the out. Concepcion will hold. How you doing, Bobby Catalano? So Cesar Cedeno doubled his first time up and scored a run. The lone run for the Reds in the second. Tony Atlas would want some too. He has a huge foot fetish. See, Al, you've now been uncovered. Concepcion has 7 steals, but the chances of him going here are not very high. Force delivers. Cedeno popped this one up right side. Hernandez calls for it. Has it. 2 out. For Ron Oster, who's 0 for 1. Oster grounded out to her his first time up. 2 out, 1-1. Reds and Cardinals top the 4th. Force delivers. There goes Concepcion to throw down to Ozzy's, not in time. And so Concepcion does get his 8th steal of the year. And that pitch was a strike. So it's an 0-1 count to Oster. 2 out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to her. Over to Hernandez at first, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3.5 in the books. It's the Reds 1, the Cardinals 1. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling a heck of a lot better, Bobby, than I was a couple days ago. They keep threatening to put football helmets on me to send me back out in public. It may be 99 here at the ballpark, but I checked a 10-day forecast for where I live here in Burlington. We're not even, 55 and rain all week. Kind of like the old Herman's Hermits song. Second verse, same as the verse, except for King Henry VIII doesn't live anywhere around Burlington, Vermont. Keith Hernandez doesn't either, but he'll lead off here in the 4th with George Hendrick in order to follow. And Hernandez lined the second. His first time up, and this time around, Soto gets him to take a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. That's 4 for Soto and 167 on the year. Brings up George Hendrick, who walked and scored in the second. Pitch from Soto, fly ball to shallow right. Householder comes in, 2 away. So Dane Org flew out to Cedeno his first time up. 2 out, bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Got him! He swung on and missed on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. As hot as the midday sun in St. Louis. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, it's the Reds 1, the Cardinals 1. Yeah, the night temps are terrible too, Clinton. It's like 55 in the day and 42 at night. Have I been to the Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory? I graduated from the place where they make that. And I got ran over by some Ben & Jerry's. I better get some freebie stuff when the manager gets back. Anyway, here's Paul Householder. Paul had a sac fly his first time up. 1-1 to score, top the 5th, Reds and Cardinals. Householder, ground ball up the middle. Her over to Hernandez. Her was by the bag at second. Over to Hernandez for the out. Brings up Alex Trevino, who's struck out. The lone strikeout victim for Forsch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Her in the hole over to Hernandez. Her works like a vacuum cleaner. Sucked that one up, and there's 2 away. For Mario Soto, who had a single stolen by Ozzie Smith. Here's the pitch from Forsch. This time it's a grounder to Ozzie from his knees to Hernandez to retire the side. So again, no runs, no hits, no errors. Halfway home here at Busch Stadium, it's the Reds 1, the Cardinals 1. And here is our in-game box score. Not much to look at for the batters. 5 strikeouts for Soto. And here's the pitching numbers. You can never go wrong with ice cream for supper, Bobby. So there you have it. And Randy and I, great minds think alike. Here's Willie McGee. Willie doubled and drove in a run. The lone run for the Cardinals, that came in the second. Pitch from Soto to McGee is a ground ball to Lawless behind the bag. Long throw over to Dreesen for the out. One away for Porter. Darrell blew out to Householder in shallow right his first time up. Soto delivers, ball 4. So the 3-2 is below the zone. The cutter missed. That's Soto's second walk. And here's Ozzie Smith. He struck out his first time up. Soto delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Lawless to Concepcion for 1. No throw. Ozzie's going to beat it out. And with 2 out, Forrest is going to be forced to bat. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to right center his first time up. Nail biter right here in St. Louis. The weather has not changed. It's 99. The winds are at 9 from right to left. Ain't enough Budweiser and Busch in the ballpark to keep you cool. Here's the pitch to Forrest. Fouls that one off behind the plate. We'll do it again. And Randy's right. This isn't exactly the big red machine. And you'd have to call the Maytag repairman to repair this offense. I mean, what in the world is Davey Concepcion hitting third for? Here's the pitch. Oh, throw to first. Ozzie back. Runner goes. Trevino won't even throw. Oh, wait. It was strike 3. So they sent him on one of those strike him out, throw him out things. So Ozzie won't get the stolen base. Instead, Forrest took strike 3. How about that's a new one in the game, too. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 5. Cincinnati and St. Louis knotted at 1. This is a little red machine. So it'll be the top of the lineup here. Lawless, Milner, and Concepcion through 18 batters. Bobby Forsch, 5 innings, 63 pitches, 2 hits, a walk and a strikeout. The 1 run was earned. Lawless will play in. Had the bunt single to start the game. So Hernandez and Overfill playing. And Wayne Krenchicki will pinch hit. So even the computers had enough of this lineup. Krenchicki at 217 on the year. Not sure that's any real improvement. No homers and 10 RBI. Force delivers. There's a ground ball to Smith. Over to Hernandez for the out. The routine play at short. And 1 away for Eddie Milner, who's 0 for 2. The big blood machine. Force delivers, and Milner slaps that one into right. Well past Hernandez. He's going to get extra bases. Hendrick throws it in the middle of the infield, and Milner's on with a double. So they might not be the big red machine, but they could hear you guys yapping over there. And Milner just kind of takes a glare up into the press box. It wasn't me, Eddie. It wasn't me. It was them. So Hernandez with a rare poor play at first, and with 1 out, here's Concepcion. Has a walk, a stolen base, and is 0 for 1. Flew out to Hendrick in the first. Porter goes out to talk with Forsch. Forsch is not a happy camper. And got him. He got him on a 2-2 off-speed pitch. Swung on him. Missed strike 3. That's 2 for Bob. And they'll bring up Dan Dreesen, who's 0 for 2 and 2 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 to score. Reds and Cardinals knotted up. Here's the pitch. And there's a base hit into right field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Milner scores. Dreesen's on with a double. And the little red machine chokes out another run. It's 2-1 Cincinnati. And that brings up Cesar Cedeno, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Only the 4th hit for the Reds on the afternoon. Pitch from Forsch. Ground ball to Oberkfell. Over to Hernandez. And that will retire the side. Not before the Reds got a run on 2 hits and no errors. 5.5 in the books. Cincinnati 2. St. Louis 1. Yeah, Wayne Krenchicki was an Orioles cast-off. And he must be playing. Yeah, he's in at second now. And he's at 2 there. He's terrible. Could I do a Farmer John ad? You know, we might be in St. Louis, but if you're on the West Coast and you go to a Dodger game, go and get a Dodger dog from Farmer John. So tasty. Farmer John, maker of fine pork products available at Safeway and Vaughn's and Ralph's throughout Southern California. There. How'd I do? So here's her. Tommy is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Soto threw 18 batters, 78 pitches. That's not great. 5 innings, 1 hit. He has walked 2 and struck out 6. And the run came in the second on the McGee base hit. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about or what Randy asked for, of course, Farmer John, maker of Dodger Jogs, is the big meat packer, or was the big meat packer in Southern California, and they just advertised everywhere, kind of like Tobin's First Prize here in the Northeast, or Armour in the Midwest, or whatever. But yep, so Farmer John. Pitch to her, and there's a pop-up foul on the right side, and someone from East St. Louis has that. So it's a full count to her. Soto, it's now 101 degrees. It's gotten warmer. There is enough Gatorade in the city of St. Louis for the 35,000 here in tow. Here's the pitch. Her slaps that one down to Krenchicki, over to Dreesen for the out. Here's Kenny Overfield. Kenny's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Popped to short. Hernandez on deck. And it was Hernandez's late jump on that first double on the top of the 6th that set up that second run for the Reds. Pitch to Obergfell is a fly ball to left. Milner should have it. He does. And there's 2 out. Why are they cheering? Team's in St. Louis. It's so hot, the crowd's delirious. They thought we were in Cincinnati. Here's Keith Hernandez. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Line to second his first time up and is overdue. Soto delivers. Ball 4. So Mario's barking at the umpire, but it was in the dirt and inside. I think it was the pitch before. So Hendrick, we're going to hit and run here. Hernandez has a 65% chance of stealing the base. George Watt scored and hit a shallow fly ball to center. 2 out, bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Reds. Runner goes, struck him out. So a 2-2 curve, 90-mile-an-hour curveball on the inside corner, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6, it's the Reds 2, the Cardinals 1. It'll be Oster, Householder, and Trevino. And I got a phone call between innings about the little red machine jokes, and that's just not funny. They don't think it's very funny, and they're going to explode right here. That's what I've heard. So Oster's 0 for 2. They all disappeared. Yeah, they melted. Pitch from Forsch to Oster is a fly ball to right. Back goes Hendrick. Makes the catch on the track for the first out. And so here's Paul Householder. He's 0 for 1. And had the sac fly in the second to drive in the first run of the game. Forsch delivers, and there's a line drive to right. Hendrick is there. 2 out. So Alex Trevino is 1 for 2. Struck out and grounded out to her. 2 out, top of the 7th. Now 102 degrees here. Forsch delivers, and Trevino hits it right back to Bob, over to Hernandez on the bag. And it's stretch time in St. Louis. After 6.5, no runs, no hits, no errors. Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1, and the Cardinals are now handing out free ice water. They cut off the bud sales earlier on. It's just too hot. And they're handing out water to everybody. So it'll be Dane Org, Willie McGee, and Darrell Porter here in the bottom of the 7th. Again, Joe Clinton can take a look at it. My best wishes, our best wishes, go to Dave Gardner, You're still having trouble with the finger. Hope that after your latest foray to medical help that you feel better, and then it gets better soon. So rest up, and we hope to have you at full strength as soon as possible. But right now, sit back and melt with the rest of us on this 102-degree day and enjoy the end of the Cardinals and the Reds. So Org is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Is he a household name? In his own house he is, but that's about it, Neil. Org flew out to left center and struck out. Soto has 7 strikeouts in 100 pitches as we start the 7th. Make it a walk. Make it a walk. 3-1 was low, and so the tying run is on for Willie McGee. His RBI double in the second, tied the game at 1. He's 1 for 2. I don't know if Dave's still reading or not. Tell Dave to quit flipping it, and he won't get hurt. All right. Pitch to McGee is a ground ball to the middle. Krenchicki to Concepcion for 1. Over to Dreesen. McGee's got wheels, and they don't get him. So 1 out. McGee beats it out, and here's Darrell Porter. He's walked in 0 for 1. Flew out to shallow right in the second. Soto's ready. Here's the pitch. Popped up into center field. Cedeno actually has to go back for it. Makes the catch. McGee will tag and won't go. Cedeno actually made a great play. He had to make it. He actually had to dive for that ball. Oh, great. So that turf that you could boil an egg on or boil a water on and you're diving around on it, that's going to feel really good. Here's Ozzie Smith. He's over 2 with a strikeout. He grounded out in the 5th. 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Soto, by the way, tossing a 1-hitter. Pitch to Ozzie. Struck him out. So a late called strike 3, and Ozzie just kind of shakes his head. No runs, no hits, no errors. 7 in the books. It's the Reds 2 and the Cardinals 1. Al had a pretty good football game today between the Colts and the 2010 Packers. Here's Mario Soto. Mario is 0 for 2. Forsch, in his own right's pitching a good game. He's scattered 4 hits through 7 innings, but 2 runs. And I'm not letting Soto pinch hit. You're throwing a 1-hitter. You got, well, yeah, I will. Rafael Landistoi coming in. Clinton Parks calls down to the Reds bullpen to call him a bunch of girly man names. But it's only a 1-run game here in the 8th. So Landistoi at 183, a homer and 7 RBI. Forsch delivers, and there's a ground ball to Oberkfell, over to Hernandez for the out. He did caught the tail end of it. Yep. I bounced in and out of it a few times. Here's Wayne Krenchicki. He's the second baseman. He's 0 for 1. Now it's 103 degrees, and the wind is now down to 7 miles an hour. These would be the games back that when Harry Carey was there in the late 60s. He'd be running around without a shirt on. I can't imagine Jack Buck's wearing much of anything. Krenchicki strikes out. A 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. And so that's 3 for Forsch. So through 28 batters, Forsch has thrown 7 2/3 innings. I forgot what I was doing. 4 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts on 100 pitches. Here's Eddie Milner. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Pitch to Milner. There's a ground ball to her. Doesn't have to move. Over to Hernandez. And that retires the side. Tom Hume now in for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1. You'd have loved the first one we did today, Clinton. That was right up your alley, too. So Tom Hume is 1-3 on the year with 15 saves and a 1.30 ERA. This is his 32nd appearance, and he's only going to be in Cincinnati for another 9 days. He's off someplace else. He pitched last night. 2/3 of an inning for the Reds. Nothing across to get the save. That's my mom finally checking Facebook to see that I got ran over by a reindeer. 41 and a third and 2/3. So don't click that, Clinton. It's okay. 41 and 2/3 innings. 33 hits, 9 runs, 6 earns, the 1 homer. He's walked 11, struck out 19, and picked up his 15th save of the year in the Friday game. He features a fastball that tops out at 85. So Bob Forrest will bat. There's no reason not to do it. He's only throwing a 4-hitter. 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Hume is ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Krenchicki over to Dreesen for the out. Met Hume at the Trop at a rate fest. Yeah, was a good pitcher. Here's Tommy Herr, 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Hume delivers, and Tommy strikes out Tommy. An 0-2 pitch just below the belt, strike 3. So 1 strikeout for Hume. Still can't believe they pulled Soto throwing a 1-hitter. Earlier today, we watched Chicago's pitcher get left in too long, but they pull Soto early. Oh well. Here's Obergfeld. Kenny's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. I don't remember who he got traded to. He's just not there after the 26th. Pitch to Ken is a ground ball right back to Hume. Over to Dreesen, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We have played 8 in St. Louis. Concepcion, Dreesen, and Cedeno coming up. It's the Reds 2, the Cardinals 1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. They've left 3 on. A run on 1 hit and no errors, and the Cardinals have left 4 on. Concepcion is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, and stole his 8th base of the year. Forrest starts the 9th. Ground ball to Herr. Has to come in. Flip over to Hernandez. Concepcion isn't that fast anymore. 1 out for Dreesen. Danny is 1 for 3. He has doubled. Drove in the run, I believe, in the 6th inning. How you doing, Earl? Human knee surgery, okay? Well, that pretty much kills any chance the Reds might have. Dreesen's double in the 6th is the reason why the Reds are ahead. And we thank Earl for chiming in with that. I do appreciate it. Here's the pitch. Liner up the middle. That's going to drop in front of McGee. And so Dreesen's on. 1 out for Cedeno, who was 1 for 3 with a double. And a run scored. Forrest goes home. There goes Dreesen. Throw down to Herr. They got him. They got him. Porter threw a strike down to second, and Dreesen's out by an eyelash. 2 out. And those who aren't stuck to their chairs get up to give a nice applause. It's still 103, and now the wind is blowing out to right center at 7. Hume was not treated until 85, okay? Usually when you see someone go down in late July, you're thinking it's a trade, but as Earl and Clinton pointed out, it was a knee injury. So Tom Hume went to his local CVS, ran in front of the frozen food dolly, and was out for the year. No, he wasn't. It'll be Hernandez, Hendrick, and Org coming up for the Cardinals here in the 9th. But first, they must take care of Cedeno with an 0-1 count. Forrest delivers, and there's a base liner into left field. Org is there. I thought that was going to drop. It doesn't. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We've played 8.5. Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1. So Hernandez, whose misplay on the ball allowed that Dreesen to get the double, is up. Soto and Hume have held the Cardinals to 1 hit. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Krenchicki over to Dreesen, and there's 1 away. So any run is a tying run, and Hume is in line for a 16th save. Hendrick is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. Scored on the walk and flew out to center. He delivers. There's a ground ball to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself, and there's 2 out. So that brings up Dane Org. They got anybody better? Let's see. I got 292 against the righty. Yeah, I got Lonnie Smith. And so Lonnie at 334, 3 homers and 46 RBI. Traded to Philly in 85 was Tom Hume. Well, right now, he doesn't care about that. He wants to get Lonnie Smith and finish off this one hitter for the Reds. He kicks and deals, and Lonnie grounds one down to Oster. Long throw to Dreesen, and how about that? Hume and Soto combine on a one-hitter, and the Reds win this one 2-1. So Mario Soto, 7 innings of one-hit ball. He walked 4 and struck out 8. I don't know why they yanked him. He could have gone 20 more pitches. Tom Hume, 2 innings and a strikeout. He threw 19 pitches and retired all 6 men he faced. Bob Forsch takes the. You can't get much more of a hard luck loss than that. He scattered 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So bet your bottom dollar that Mario Soto is going to be your Miller Lite MVP. Milner and Cedeno with the runs, Dreesen with the runs scored. Even no, it didn't take 250 to play it, for goodness sakes. So your MVP is Mario Soto, and so the Reds go to 42 and 47, and the Cardinals fall to 49 and 41. And still, if someone wants to sponsor the top of my head, I would listen to any reasonable request. So let's play the rest of the day in baseball in a rain-shortened affair. The Blue Jays beat the Rangers 9-4. Boston beat Kansas City. Yay! 13-6. Bruce Hurst goes to 3-7. Hal McRae with his 13th of the year. Cleveland knocks off California 10-6. Rick Sutcliffe goes to 4-6 on the year. Atlanta beat the Cubs 5-2. Bob Walk is now 7-3. Philadelphia loses to San Francisco 10-6. Seattle beat Baltimore 6-2. Gaylord Perry with his 4th win of the year. Jose Cruz with his 7th digger. Yankees beat the A's 8-1. Shane Rawley goes to 3-2. Ken Griffey with his 7th of the year. Houston shuts out Pittsburgh 8-0. Joe Niekro goes to 10-6. Terry Poole with his 10th homer of the year. Tigers beat the Twins 4-3. Jerry Uger goes to 4-5. Storm and Gorman Thomas with his 22nd of the year. Milwaukee beats the White Sox 6-5. Dodgers beat the Mets 5-3. Dave Stewart goes to 3-4. And Montreal loses. No one can take advantage. San Diego 8, Expos 3. Andy Hawkins with his first win. That might be his first ever win. So Mike Schmidt has taken over the RBI lead at 76. He has 34. You look at the standings. Montreal 6 over Philadelphia, 11 over St. Louis. In the West, the Dodgers by 10 over Atlanta, 15 over Cincinnati. In the American League East, Detroit by 2 over Baltimore, 5 over Milwaukee, 7 over Toronto. And in the American League West, it's California by 2 over Kansas City, 5.5 over the Chi Sox in Seattle, 9 back. I think they're pretty much done. California, Baltimore, Tuesday. Philadelphia, Los Angeles on Thursday. Remember, we're doing all lunch streams now. Right now, it's Montreal and San Francisco penciled in, but we'll see as the week goes along if I want to do that because the Giants aren't very good. And so that'll do it for this. I believe we've made up everything from the injury and all that. So no scheduled stream tomorrow. Tuesday at noon. California at Baltimore. And until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Hit that like and subscribe. The bell will tell you when I go live. And until Tuesday, I'll talk to you the next time. Bill Po Fultz restaurant for Ron's Head for St. Louis games. Okay. Thanks, guys. Do appreciate it.